All right, those that are back, welcome back. I am sorry I had to cut the stream. Let's keep this post shared until we get back to the 160 viewers that were on. Gonna share on my end, do my part. All right, viewers are climbing. All right, Pedro at the front table. All right, great shot there from Jeremy. He's got that 4 down table now. Okay, I'm back. What do we've got going on here? Eric, let Tommy back to the table. Pedro looking to finish off those solids, and Jeremy McHugh up at the table. Well, Tommy not happy with that one. Wanted more angle. Made it work. Got it. First win of the final match, 10-2. 10-5, Insurgents. 10-5. Danny Roach up. All right, break from Danny Roach. All right, Jeremy McHugh looking to go 10-0 on the top table. All right, Jeremy. 10-0. You're welcome. Glad to stream it. All right, viewers are still climbing, still short of what we were. So they'll be checking in before the end of this set, but give this video a share if you would. All right, nice job from Jeremy. Avoided clipping that 8 at all. Probably was hoping to get a clear shot on that 13 instead of having to deal with the 9. Let's see if he's got somewhere he can hide. Or seeing if he can maybe make it still. And Schmieder on the center table. Tony Lee on the top table. Looks like he might be trying to make it. Very nice. Would have liked a little more room to work with at 9. Oh, he called the safe. Got it. He did call safe. Good call. right, Pedro with a good hit. Oh, that looks like he took away both corner pockets for that 8-ball. Oh, Jeremy's got a shot in the side. He's got a shot on either if he wants it, but definitely has a shot on the side. Really got to figure out what he's going to do with the 8. Maybe just decide to take the bank. Get the best bank you can. Otherwise, you're moving traffic and hoping you have something to go to shoot at. I definitely gave himself an angle to work with. All right, Jeremy checking the angle. He's definitely got one to work with. And 10-0 for Dan Schmieder. All right, looking at 30-15 right now. Well, nicely done from Jeremy. Big shot this early from Jeremy. Got it. All right, looking like this is going to be a great match. All right, got 3 insurgents racking up right now. Jeremy on the top table, Tommy LaCarbo center table, and Dan Schmieder at the close table, the lower one. Break from Tommy. Got something down. Dan got something down. Jeremy's turn. All right, got Eric Irwin at the front table. Jeremy McHugh up top, Tommy in the middle. Entering into the second round of this final set. Does he have the 7? I think he does have it. He's shooting the 6 here to bump the 8. Wants to get a bump. All right, needs to make sure the 8 ball gets free. Like that. That should do it. Oh, Dan. Oh, my goodness. I was watching to see if the 1 was going to fall because it sure looked like it. It did not. Just in time. I looked up just in time to see the cue ball falling. Tough break for Dan. Eric, happy to be back at the table. Bonus happiness for having ball in hand. Still early, but let's get a score update. Keep that current. 26:45. Six games done. Well, Linda, after the next couple of games, they will be going down to 2 tables. Dry break from Stoner. Danny Roach to the table. Jeremy McHugh on the top table. Still trying to finish the out. Oh, Eric's got trouble here. Either got the combo or draw. Well, he can't draw into the 9 from where he's at. Besides, the 9 doesn't look exactly like a hanger. McHugh came up a little short. I think he wanted to be able to just roll forward so he could shoot the 8 in the opposite direction. He's got an angle. He can definitely still make it work. Just going to require more work than what he was hoping. All right, what's the call here? Yeah, he was in a bad spot. Tried to make the most of it. All right, Springer's got to figure out that 7. It doesn't even bank. I think he'll play the 4, then the 3, try to get on the 3 where he can come up under the 7. A light tap on it, though, that just leaves it there might not be good enough. So I don't think you're going to see him just roll this. He's going to have enough pace that he wants that 7 to move away from the rail. Well, he's got the 7. I think he would have rather the 7 not stay there on the rail. Oh, drew it right back into that corner pocket. It should allow Eric to finish it up. Just draw back off the rail into the open area for the 12 in the corner. All right, Jeremy McHugh finished that one off for a 10-1. Nice shot, Eric. Well, looks like cleaning crew is going to get this one. Eric with just the 8 ball. All right, there goes 10-6 for Eric. It's 61-37 after 8 games. Pedro with the dry break. Tony Lee to the table. Danny Roach getting ready to break. Or I'm sorry, Danny Roach at center table. Jeremy Schroeder getting ready to break. Great shot, Danny. Fantastic shot from Danny there. Needed it too. $61.47 through 9. All right, Tommy checking it out here on the front table. Tony Lee on the top table. Looks like we're down to 2. Down to 2 tables. Let's get this a little better of a view. All right, there we go. Down to 2 tables now in this final set of the final match on the final day of this Masters Championship. The Insurgents trying to complete the double dip. Off to a good start to do so, but long way to go. All right, Tommy missed that down the rail. Jeremy Schroeder to the table. Tony Lee seeing what incredible shot he can make on that top table. All right, just start with the 12 ball there. I think he was wanting to play the 9 in the side next. Like Jeremy and Tommy. Last couple of games were able to break and run. Tony and Pedro and Jeremy and Tommy. The 2 current matches. Well, speaking of incredible shots, there was one. But he got hooked. Pinned right on the backside of one of his own stripes. What a great carom from Tony. Jeremy trying to solve the one ball. Easy enough to just drop under it. I think that's what we'll see. All right, well, he's got the 7. He wasn't playing for the 7. He was either playing for the 4 or to come all the way over for the 1. All right, Tony, I think he's figured out what he wants to do here. Well, I didn't see that he could get through there to that stripe. All right, Pedro up, looking at the solids on the top table. Jeremy on the 4 ball, great shot. Oh, Pedro moved on that one. Yeah, Pedro definitely stood up. There are no easy shots. All right, nice shot, Tony. 11 to the 13 or 13 to the 11. I would think he would rather do the 11 to the 13 at the top table. Jeremy trying to figure out how to get to that 3. He needs to either draw back now, but then he's got to figure out how to get to the 5, or he goes forward to the 5 and figures out how to get to the 3. All right, Tony getting on top of the 11, or not. Well, he's chosen to start with the. Oh. And Tony with a miss, too. Pedro with a miss. Tony misses right back. All right, very interested to see how Jeremy gets from the 3 to the 5. Nope. Tommy back to the table. Let's see if he takes the 10 in the corner and comes up on the backside of these 3 balls where he's got the 12 or the 13 or the 14. Would have liked to come up a little more than that. Definitely didn't want to come short. Even if he come long, you've got other options. Now when he rolls forward, he's going to have trouble getting shape on one of those 2. Pedro missed the 5-up table. Hasn't left much. Tony Lee can't see the 13. He can't kick to the right side, go 1 rail. He can hit it coming off the bottom rail, but that's not going to help him make it. All right, what are we getting here from Tommy? Well, he made the shot, did not get where he wanted. All right, Tony Lee, I think he's probably trying to bank here. Oh, boy, you talk about getting close. Quarter inch over, and that drops in. And so Pedro not left with a duck, but I do like his chances of making this. He will have to figure out what to do with that 7 if he wants to complete the out. Tommy looking for somewhere to hide. All right, Big Sheryl's match is done. All right, so in Big Sheryl's match, that was the intermediate 8-ball finals. Let's get that pulled up. We've got a heck of a finish. So coming down to the final game in the first set, Big Sheryl trying to force a double dip against Hot Shots. Last game, Andrew Shirley needs a 10-0 to force a tiebreaker. He gets on his last ball, makes a tough carom, gets dead straight on the 8 ball to force the tiebreaker. However, in the process of the shot, one of their balls dropped in. That is brutal. That is pool. Pool is a funny game. It's a funny, funny game. All right, let's check the score here. $67-73, and just like that, it's close. $73 for Insurgents. 67, Cleaning Crew. That is through 11 games. All right, we've got that viewership just about right back where it was. Thank you for getting that shared and getting that out there. We are all here in time for a finish to what is going to be a great match. All right, I am back. League questions do never stop. That is just part of the job. All right, so we're at the halfway point, and it is close. Eric Irwin's got to figure out that 15. I think he's shooting the stripes. He's got to figure out that 15. All right, if he's got enough angle, he can drop under it, but I think he might be a little straight. Maybe he'll take the 12 across the table, try to get a different angle on this. Or maybe he'll just draw back to change the angle he has on the 12 and try to come forward right through that alley. drop under the 15. I'm not sure what he's doing, but that 15 needs a pocket. It's got one up table, but you got to drop below it. I don't think he's got enough angle on the 11 to do it right here. Might be drawn back for the 12. All right, that creates a good angle. This is going to be a great shot here. Seen this guy make many great shots. This one's right in his wheelhouse. Not going to be the least bit surprised if he drops perfect on this 15. Does it go up table? Does it come up table? It does not. Just a little too much. He could not take it up to that top right corner as we see it. 6 has that blocked. He's going to have to try to back cut it to the bottom right corner as we see it. Oh, just like that. Just like that. Did I tell you I've seen that guy make some great shots? Put that one on the list. As great as that was, though, he's had many that are above that on the list. That one was timed well and clutch. And boom for the 10-0. Great shot, Eric. All right, 77-73 after 12. We got a player who's been run out on 3 times. That is brutal. Twice on their break. Oh. 3 zeros across from their name. All right, 77-73. Danny Rhodes with the break. And a scratch. Oh. Cue ball acted like it was going to hang on, then did not. All right, Scott Hargan and Pedro Castro at the tables now. Scott in the green, looking like he's squeezing by to get that 14. Oh no, cutting the 5 down the rail. Great shot. I didn't see that he had been, what he had established for a set of balls yet. Did he get over for the 6? He doesn't like it. He's got the 3 of the 4s still to work with, but he was trying to get over for that 6. Another ball on the rail near the 6 is a stripe. Well, he's got the 4, which can make something work. Or just try to change the angle by taking the 3 down table. All right, Pedro trying to clean up the stripes. All right, very nice shot there from Pedro. You know you have to run into balls. Always brings the final result into question. It looks like Scott has decided to use the 3. Tried to get on the 6. Decided might be a little too firm. Okay, so he had the 6. He was just figuring out what to do from there. All right, Pedro got this for a 10-0. Scott trying to counter with a 10-1 on his table. Did not want to hit that. Wanted to come back and forth for the 4 in the top right corner as we see it, did Scott. Pedro got it, 10-0. Whew. $83.77 through 13. We're halfway. We're past halfway now. All right, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. What did I miss? $87.87. That's what I missed. That is through 14 games. Despite being tied, game wins is actually Cleaning Crew 8, the Insurgents 6. Jeremy Schroeder checking out what he wants to do at the top table. Thinking it through. 8-ball bar box will make you think. Maybe not as much as one pocket, but it will make you think. All right, just past the halfway point, all tied up. Both tables, Cleaning Crew at the table. All right, Jeremy's still figuring it out. Checking all the stripes. Well, Tony figuring out what to do now with that little cluster. 3, 12, 5, it looks like. All right, what a shot by Tony. He's hoping to get a bump on that. All right, Jeremy with the solids. He's come back to center table for the 7. And that'll help clear up that 3. If it needs to be cleared, I think it does. Well, maybe you can drop below it and shoot it on the other side. You can go forward and then bring the 3 back into the side. Oh, he's looking, putting the 3 there. Oh, the 3 doesn't go on the side right now because of the 1. So pull back for the 1. All right, and here it is, Jeremy. Got the 1. 1's close enough to the pocket to manipulate a little bit. What's he going to get on that 3? What have we got going on here with Tony? Oh, he's trying to kick in behind it. It looks like. It's really the only way it goes in. And if he gets a good hit on it, he's got a backboard there with the 2. Scott hit one similar. It was only 1 rail, though. Tony trying to up him. That's not going to do it.
Let's review the footage.
Oh, Lordy. Scott Hargett is great. Boy. All right, Jeremy with ball in hand. And try to clean it up. I'll put the 7 on the rail. Still got balls to work with, so that'll be okay. Can use the 6 up table to get in line. Don't think he likes the 2 from where he sits there. Unless he can't see the 6, but I think he can. Ah, what a tough break there for Jeremy. Had to throw it. When you have to throw it so much, you can only do so much with that cue ball. The cue ball is going to do what it's going to do. Jeremy giving the cue ball a stern talking to. If it works, I may try that myself. Jeremy rolling forward for the 7, keeping the cue ball off the rail. Not sure if he's just kind of punching it to bring the cue ball in a line straight with the 2. We're coming up table. Take the 2 in the side. Probably just taking it all the way up. Well, that is certainly not what he was looking for. Looks like Jeremy might be trying to two-rail. Didn't see the call, but my guess would be the side where his hand is. Oh, great try. Great try. Barely missed that. All right, Dan Schmieder up. Trying to play cleanup duty to the cleanup crew after they missed. Gave him ball in hand. No, he did not get ball in hand, actually. Jeremy got a great hit. Two rails, almost kicked it into the side. Getting down to the later stages of this match. Every ball counts. Both these games are coming down to the wire. Going to be a couple of 10-6s or 7s. I'm trying to bank it. What's the call, Jeremy? Dan Schmieder with a 10-7. Right there. All right, 97-94 after 15. Scott Hargens up with the break. All right, I think he is looking at the bank, cross corner. Probably trying to pull that cue ball to where the 8 is serving as a blocker. I don't think it was going to go. It was close, though. Tough shot now for Tony. Got some distance. And I don't think the 8 passes into the bottom right corner where that cue ball is. So you're going to have to play for the 8 ball going somewhere else. Scott Hargens with the break. Expect some power. $14 ball down. What a great shot from Tony. Great shot, Tony. Keeping this close. All right, cleaning crew with the win. (104, 103 through 16). All right, not exactly what Scott was looking for. Pedro on the lower table. Games 17 and 18. All right, nice shot from Pedro. Everything in the open. This is the one part that could get tricky, that 5 ball. The chance he's going to bump the 9 ball here, and you're never quite sure where those are headed.
All setup crew, please report to the loading dock. All setup crew, report to the loading dock, please.
That's Scott and Eric at the table. I'm trying to see where you can get for that 3. The 5 to the 3. Whew. He might be going, well, I don't know. It looks like you almost have to go down table and back, including engaging on that side rail. No, he's just drawn back for it. Got to get high enough on it. Oh, he drew back for the 3. Oh, that's a great shot. Great touch there. All right, someone's hitting the Fleetwood Mac. Great shot from Scott. Yep. Might be going over to the rail and back out, or just trying to hold it right there. But yeah. That got close. That got close to being a completely different story here. Great out there from Scott. Great out. (10-2) Scott for Team Cleaning Crew, who does not have 1,044. Hopefully we were able to figure that out. Oh, Dallas just called me out on it. Yeah. 114 to 105, I believe. I'm going to double check that with the official scorecard. All right, Pedro, opportunity. We're at 114-105 through 17 games. Cleaning Crew has actually won 10 of the 17 games. They're ahead 10-7 in win-loss, but they don't count that here. It's just points. Much closer in the point category. Oh boy, I was getting all kinds of called out on that score. It could have been 1,044. You guys don't know. Yeah, you do. All right, looking like Pedro should be out here. Jeremy breaking on the top table. If anything's going to trip him up, it would have been the 7. Looks like that's what he's taking care of right now. Oh, the 7 goes to the right. That's not going to trip him up. Ooh. He wondered if he got enough of that at first. All right, just make sure you get this above the side pocket. Don't let that come into play. 10-3 Pedro. 115, 117 through 18 games. Yeah, Matt just came over letting us know they're not really letting him play this match. It's not a bad strategy, though. Of course, each of these players act absolutely bang-up players. Got Scott Hargens. He is the champion in the 9-ball division, Masters 9-ball. Jeremy Schroeder, champion in the Masters 8-ball. Both beat a lot of great players to get there, including some of the gentlemen playing in this event right now. We're playing in this match right now. All right, Jeremy at the top table, Tommy LaCarbo at the bottom table. Last 2 games of round 4. Jeremy playing Danny Roach. Tommy LaCarbo playing Tony Lee. Five games left after these 2 finish. All right, Jeremy checking the line. It was cue ball. Yeah, one of the unfortunate parts about the way these tournaments work, I'm not sure if there's a way to fix it, and if there was, how we would do it. But when we get down to the finals for the championships and these team events, there's basically nobody left. That 11 does squeeze by the 6. The 6 is actually left that pocket far more open than you think. And it looks like then the 13 and the, that's a 10 or 12, would both be available. Touchy little shot here on the 11. Something that's right in Jeremy's wheelhouse. Got great touch when he shoots. All right, Jeremy's still checking it out, making sure he can finish the rack. Tony Lee trying to find a good angle to come into the pack, clear out some of the traffic. Nice shot, Jeremy. I don't know what the 8 has for a pocket. Not sure if it passes that 7 or not. I think Tony was trying to get that 1 and didn't quite make it there. Missed the window by just a bit. Well, Jeremy looking to get a big 10-1 win here. There you go. 10-1 Jeremy. $125, $118, 19 games. Everybody giving Matt a hard time. They haven't let him shoot this match. I'm not going to tell you what his score's sitting at, but it reflects somebody that hasn't got to shoot outside of one break. Well, Jason went ahead and called it out in the comments. No, not you, Jason. Not you, Jason, a different Jason. Matt with a break. And balls down. And a wide open table. Tommy's talking about his 8 on the brake patch. See if you can hook him up. All right, Scott Hargan's getting ready to brake. All right, Matt, your chance to shine. You finally get a turn at the table. Getting down to the nitty gritty now. Cleaning crew really needs a good score from Scott here. All right, looks good for Matt. Got everything in the open. I hear balls dropping for Scott. Cue ball sitting in the middle of a 1, 4, 11 little grouping. Cue ball sitting right there next to the 1. Great opener there from Scott. Nice touch. That one big win puts us almost out of reach. But I have seen funny things happen. You know, seen teams win, go down the stretch 30 to, 30 to 1, 30 to 2 over the last 3 games, and snatch victory out of the jaws of defeat. But everything's available for Scott. This shot right here, really got to get it back in a good position. Coming off the rail, drawn back. All right, this combo will put him in a great spot. All right, Matt trying to figure out if that 8 passes by the 9. He's looked at it a couple times. He's going to look at it again. Scott on the combo. Nice shot. There is no such thing as an easy combo, I once heard. All right, Matt. You know, if you need to go over the edge, jack up. You got it. All right. Cleaning crew still alive. Jeremy Schroeder. And Scott Hargan's trying to breathe life back into this. 12 to the 15. And then being able to get on the. All right, first ball down for Jeremy. Now he's on his way. Scott really trying to figure out how to get from how he can get on the 15 that'll give him a shot to get on the 8. A couple different ways he can get on the 15, but getting on the 15 that gives him a chance to get on the 8, that's a different story. Looking to draw back and have the 15 in the side. Can't tell. I think he has it.
Did she comment? I don't know. She's watching the whole thing.
Oh, Scott, what a great shot.
Made that and drew back and broke it out.
Yep, he just bumped the solid out of the way. Cleaning crew still alive. 10-0. That was huge. That makes this a 5-point game. Wow, what a finish we're looking at here. Are we going to sweat the final game down to the final ball? We haven't done much of that this on any of the streams. All right, nice shot from Jeremy. Got a little steeper than he was hoping. Or maybe that's exactly what he wanted. All right, Eric will be back to break shortly. Jeremy Schroeder looking at making this a 2-point match. Wow. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. So that's 10-7. Cleaning crew. Yeah, Nick, that was a fantastic out by Scott. He really earned every bit of that one. All right, while they're racking, I will be right back. All right, back and back. All right, Eric Irwin and Tommy LaCarbo at the table. And this is going to be one interesting finish. $140 to $142 through 22 games. Tommy wants, oof. He's hoping to get on the 4 there. He'll take the 3. Pressure. Yeah, players are feeling it. Players are feeling the pressure. All right, what is his plan for the 3? We've got the 3, 9, 11, 8 in a little group there. I think he's taking the 4 here. Kind of surprised he doesn't take the 5. Leave for the 7 and try to get at that 3. And he bumps the 3. He's got the 4 there. But it looks like he's taking the 4 now. Maybe he's going to use the 4 to get on the 7 and then try to bump the 3, leaving the 5 in the pocket. Oh, boy. I think that was the plan, but he got real close to that 7. Looks to be about an inch, maybe an inch and a half between there. Boy, I don't know if you can go after it from that close without double hitting. Yeah, he really doesn't like it. The pressure just keeps building. All right, well, he's putting it all on this shot. And so he can definitely come after the 5 ball. I mean, it takes a good shot, but that's not necessarily difficult. It's having a shot after you run into it. Well, Eric gave up the table. No, he did not give up the table. I'm sorry. But he did get hooked, and Tommy gave up the table. All right, Eric assembling his jump cue as we speak. All right, Danny, we're trying to get the stripes out. Every ball matters now. Nice shot. Got to finish it now. Long, tough 8 ball. Oh, he missed it. Oh. Well, now it looks like there's a good chance both these games will bring about a final game. If we get to that, it's Dan Schmieder and Tony Lee. If we need one final game, I'm guessing we will. Boy, what a tough shot. Well, Danny Roach and Jeremy McHugh both trying to do their part in forcing a final game. If they get out from here, I believe it's, if they both get out from here, I believe it's just going to be a final game winner-winner situation. See how many solids are left? 3? Yep. Ooh. Jeremy, a little rumble, wibble wobble, but the ball did topple. All right, Danny. You do your job, Jeremy does yours, and we get one last game. Dan Schmieder versus Tony Lee. "22 games, no, 20. Yeah, 22 games have been played and we're separated by 2 points. That's a good final. Oh, rolled behind the 4. Probably seeing the jump cue come out. All right, I think Jeremy's going to take the, what's he got there, the 15. Oh, that 13 doesn't have a full pocket. Thought he'd take the 15 up, 13 to get to the 11. But he's going to take the 11 now. But if he hits this right, he can play essentially a two-way, where he's not going to have given up anything easy. Definitely does not mean Eric wouldn't be able to knock it in, whether it's a bank or a kick. All right, Jeremy on the 11. All right, Eric's got another chance. "13's making it interesting. He can squeeze just by it and then come off the bottom rail. The bank is also on, but he likes the kick. Oh, what a great try from Danny. All right, right, Eric with the kick. Here it is. Yep, caught the 13. That should do it for that game. Well, this will make it an interesting final game if they both get out. See, right now the Insurgents +2. Jeremy's game would make it +5. Tommy's game would make it +9. So Dan would need 2 balls. And it will be Dan's break. That's if Jeremy and Tommy both get their games. All right, that makes it 152, 147. Slow down. All right, looking like one game for everything. And if this goes in, yep, Insurgents only needs 2. That is a 10-6. We've got 154. Okay, I just heard that come up. They're fixing it. All right, there it is. They got it fixed. All right. So 162, 153, and Schmieder. Dan needs 2. Tony just hoping for a chance. Tony lead needs a 10-0 or a 10-1. Well, we're getting the most out of this match, that's for sure. Tony's not going to be in a hurry, I'll tell you that. Tony needs a 10-0 to win, 10-1 to force a tiebreak. It'll be a late night drive to Omaha for me. So, so yeah, so if you're ready to chop. All of this pool down to one game. And so Tony's shooting the stripes. Dan Schmieder just hoping for a chance. He didn't safety break, but he definitely light broke. Absolutely not wanting to foul. Bust him wide open and foul. That might be all she wrote. All right, Tony Lee trying to figure out how to get that stripe next to the 3 clear. It's a little far up the rail for that 10 to carry him off the rail off the 3. All right. Still mapping it out. This is big. This is for everything. He's got to run out. Okay. Well, definitely. No, he's way too steep on that, Bob. Besides, he's stripes. Just, I'm pretty sure he's stripes. He stepped to the table with 15 up. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is still the shot after the break? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Thought I missed something. Thought it had to be. Thought he had to have shot by now. Okay, so now he's checking the 2. It does look pretty steep, though, to get over to the 3. Looks like he's ready to... No, he's not ready to shoot yet. All right, Tony. Oh, my goodness. Oh, broke the tension. He called timeout. He's been up there 6 or 7 minutes. Just now called timeout. All right, we're at 7 minutes. Psych. All right, closing in on 10 minutes. Whatever you're going to do, definitely sell yourself on it. All right, well, we're off and running. Now, what is he going to do with that stripe? What? How is he going to get to that? Pressure. All right, Tony, he needs the 10-0 for the win. 10-1 will tie, and we get a whole nother round. Getting down to the nitty-gritty. He's got to be careful of breaking out that 14, or I'm sorry, the 15. Whatever he decides to do with that 15, he doesn't want to put, he can't put one of theirs in the pocket. I think he's trying to get something set up on the side to come down into it, but I mean that you risk Risk dropping the 3 in. Coming at it that direction. Boy, what a match. So he's looking at how he can get on the 12 into the side to bump that stripe off the 3 and have the 9 up table. All right, Tony, you know where you need to drop. It's like dead quiet in here, so the commentating probably travels. I don't have to worry about him hearing me at all when we got the music and the people around. Yes, it is intense. I think he rolled too far. Maybe not. Yeah, has to be careful that he does not drop in the 3. Well, I am definitely going to be getting home late tonight. Probably should stay another night. Here we go. No, we don't. We have got a lot of people checking this out. I love it. Most viewers we've had all weekend. Right now. Waiting to see what's going to happen. Will Dan get to the table? Have a chance to make the 2 for the win? Is Tony going to hit this pure, bump that stripe to the bottom rail, and have the 9 up table? It'd be a shame to watch him bump this, clear it, but the 3 drops. Here we go. Big shot. Oh my gosh. He might have it. Holy smokes. He might have it. Wow. Wow. Well, he's definitely taking the 15. Got to get the correct angle on the 9. Got to make it through that 175. I just come off that bottom rail. Doesn't need to worry about the 3 ball here. Come off the bottom rail, give yourself a good cue on the 9 ball. Here we go. He's straight. He looks pretty straight. He might need another 8 minutes. Just juice it straight back off the bottom rail. Come back up. Shoot the gap between the 5-4. Money all day. What's that one going to do? All right, well, more drama. If he doesn't get this, I think Dan's pretty guaranteed to have something. You can't think about what happens if I miss. The solids are too open with that 3 hanging over the hole. Just make it. All right, here he is, Tony Lee, with an 8-ball bank for the 2026 Ioma Masters Championship. If he makes this, they win. If he lets Dan to the table, if he misses this and lets Dan to the table, he only needs 2 balls for the win. There we go. Maybe. How'd he hit it? Wow. 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 What a match.
That almost makes up that 2 ball.
Wow. Tony Lee with the clutch bank. What a great match. Well, with that, I am going to close this down and sign it out. What an amazing shot. Absolutely incredible. What an amazing out. That does it. And that does it. Look at that. They're already getting the table. All right. So, yeah, you are all welcome. It's great to be here. It's getting late now, though. Omaha's a long ways away. We're going to get this wrapped up. Thank you, everybody that checked it out, tuned in, subscribed. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your evening.